Good afternoon, Your Excellencies and distinguished guests. Welcome to the third Student Conference for Sustainability, co-hosted by German Embassy and Seoul National University. Three key institutions of Seoul National University organized this conference together, including Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology, Institute for Sustainable Development, and interdisciplinary program on global environmental management. Guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren. Herzlich willkommen zur Studentenkonferenz für Nachhaltigkeit 2023. Diese dritte Konferenz wird gemeinsam von der Deutschen Botschaft und der Seoul Nationalen Universität veranstaltet. Insbesondere danke ich deutschen Studenten und Experten für ihr Kommen an diesem Morgen durch YouTube. Ich wünsche Ihnen viel Spaß mit uns bis zum Ende. My name is Mi-Sun Park, Associate Professor at the Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology, as well as Interdisciplinary Program on Global Environmental Management. As an organizing committee chair, I will be moderating this conference entitled with two words, a sustainable campus, auf dem Weg zu einem nachhaltigen Campus. Before starting the conference, I'd like to introduce this conference background. We started this conference in 2021 with the topic of climate change. And last year, we had the second conference with the topic of biodiversity. This year, we pay attention to the role of university in creating a sustainable society. We need innovative and creative strategy and ideas to create and operate a sustainable campus. This conference aims to provide the students with opportunity to present and exchange your knowledge and ideas on sustainability. This conference will contribute to raising your voice regarding sustainability as a global leader for the future. We announced the student competition in September and collected your abstracts and presentation video in October. We have the jury to evaluate teams with 4 criteria: organization of contents, the knowledge of topic, the creativity, and communication. We selected 4 teams. All teams will present their topic and be awarded. Through the second round evaluation, we will select the best team today, as you know. This conference consists of 2 types. The type 1 is the on-site conference. From 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. it is Korean time. It is a live streaming conference on YouTube channel of Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology, the Seoul National University. This on-site conference consists of 2 sessions, the presentation, student competition, and award ceremony. Type 2 is a metaverse conference. As we informed before, I think some people have already tried. We constructed a metaverse platform using Gather Town for more students, more participants in the conference. There are diverse topics including carbon reduction, the plant-based lead diversity jacket, an information notification system, the sustainable dormitory, as you know, in Metaverse. In Metaverse, also you can see the several institutions' information, including Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology, the German Embassy, and you can see also the interdisciplinary program of Seoul National University. It was a long introduction. So now I'd like to introduce some key persons at the conference venue. It is a YouTube channel. If I mentioned your name, then please turn back, then you can see the camera Then, and just a moment you can standing, then people can see your face through YouTube channel. The first, as an organizing committee chair, German Ambassador Georg Schmidt joined the conference. Please stand, you can see the camera. Thank you, Ambassador. Then Professor Hong-Lim Liu, President of Seoul National University. The Professor Do-man Kim, Dean of Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology. Then I welcome Dr. Ho-kyung Lee, Director of Information Center Seoul from the EAD. Now I'd like to introduce a jury member, Professor Ho Kim, Director of Institute for Sustainable Development at the Seoul National University. Then Professor Yumi Lee, Graduate School of Environmental Studies. Professor Tae-yoon Kim, Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology. Professor Hee Han, the Interdisciplinary Program on Global Environmental Management and Department of Agriculture, Forestry, and Bioresources. And I've already introduced Dr. Ho-kyung Lee. She is also a member of the jury. And Ms. Annette Schwartz, the Counselor in Scientific Affairs from German Embassy. Okay. Before starting this conference, I'd like to invite the German Ambassador Georg Schmidt for his opening remarks. Please welcome him with a big applause.
안녕하십니까? Dear Professor Ryu, dear Professor Park, dear professors, students, and guests. And I have to get used to talking to a camera and thinking there's so many people out there who are not in the room, but this is something I think we learned in COVID times, and we will learn it more and more. So I'm very glad to be here today. Thank you. Actually, if you think of it, we are all voting every day. Not for politicians, but for products. And whatever we buy, or whatever you do not buy, is a statement. It starts with a coffee cup you grab on the way to the university, to the lecture hall, and the plastic wraps that are difficult to avoid in Korea. But every day we decide a product, we make a statement about it. And sometimes it's very hard to find information about the products, about their sustainability, about their climate balance, etc. And sometimes it's very hard, even if you want to do it differently, to find an alternative to what you do. But it's an open question. I mean, how many CO2 emissions, your paper cup, how many CO2 emissions, also, for instance, by data analysis on your latest research. And these small things, they might look very small, one paper cup or a recyclable cup, but they all put together, they make a difference. And believe me, companies monitor these choices very carefully. They monitor the sales choices, and they look exactly, today in the digital world, they can tell you exactly how many of these are bought and how not bought. And if suddenly the graph goes down, they will ask themselves, why are people not buying our products if there's an alternative? I would dare to say sometimes companies monitor these things much more careful than politicians. So, but would you make a difference? Would your choice make a difference? Or would one country make a difference? We're talking about this in the run-up to COP28, and many countries would say, oh, we're just a small country, other countries emit many more gases, so it doesn't matter. We can do as much as we want to, but they're the big countries. They should go first. And these are very relevant questions. But if you bring them back to the individual level, they do. You can make a difference. And therefore, I'm really delighted to be here today at the Student Conference on Global Sustainability 2023. And it's a very special honor to stand here in front of you, not only because we have 140 years of diplomatic relations between Germany and Korea, but also because we are jointly hosting this conference together with Seoul National University, already the third time, and I think this is a very strong and good partnership, and so many people invested so much time and effort into that. And it's one part of many that represents the close cooperation between Germany and Korea. There's a very wide network of cooperation, but this between the German embassy and SNU is one of the many aspects of it. So let me express my appreciation of the Seoul National University, of the Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology, of the Interdisciplinary Program of the Global Environmental Management, and with the Institute for Sustainable Development. You have all organized this conference, and it looks so easy when you stand here, but there's a lot of work that actually went into all this to get us all in here, so I appreciate it. I take off my hat. I also would like to thank the members of the jury who had this task to select from all the different presentations, the ones that will be here. And just now, before we came here, we said basically everybody is a winner. Everybody who participated is already a winner because you did a lot to come together with thoughts. But there are only a few that will be today here. And therefore, the most sincere thanks for me goes to the teams and students who participated, because you took out time from your other programs and you said, look, this is interesting, this is fascinating, I want to be there, I want to be part of it. And some of you sit here, some of you watch from the other side, and I hope that you all feel that it was worth the effort. I learned something, I got something out of it. So a big thank you for this. And it's a wonderful platform also to exchange ideas, and to exchange ideas on one of the most important challenges. It is sustainability. I mean, we will not be able to hand over our planet to the next generation if we ruin it. And we all have a responsibility to the next and the following generations, and to do whatever we did. And I myself have a daughter, and I have to look into the mirror and I have to say, did we do enough to actually address climate change and climate action or not? And I think here, just driving around the campus and seeing how big it is, it's a place which is a city in itself. So I think it's a very good idea to say, look, what can we do in the management and the running of the city ourselves to actually give an example and to show people, yes, this is what we can all do nowadays. And there are lots of ideas also of developing campuses. I was very happy in the pre-talk that also it was mentioned that some of you looked at what happens in German campuses. Every campus is different. But this is the charm of it, like see what others do, and you don't need to copy it 100%, but say, oh, this might work, and this might work in Korea, this might not work. This is what I call selective adaptive learning. So I'm excited to learn more of the ideas. Maybe there's one or two things that we can take along also for the embassy. The embassy is not a big city, it's a very small place, but who knows, maybe one or two things. We're always looking for small ways to also show that we can make a difference. Because, and this is my final word, we can make a difference. Thank you very much. 감사합니다.
I thank Ambassador for your kind remark. Then I'd like to invite the President of Seoul National University, the Hong Lim-Yu, for his opening remarks. Please give him a big applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very delighted to welcome you all to the third student conference for the very important agenda for the present and the future sustainability 2023. Most of all, I'd like to extend my gratitude to German Ambassador Georg Schmidt. Yes, for co-organizing this conference centered on the perspectives of young generations regarding a sustainable campus, which is a part of a sustainable world. I would also like to thank Dr. Ho-Kyung Lee from the German Academic Exchange Service for serving as a jury member in the student competition. Appreciation is also due to the leaders of SNU institutions, including Professor Do-man Kim, Dean of the Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology, for hosting this event. Additionally, my thanks go to the 6 jury members from the German Embassy, the German Academic Exchange Service, and Seoul National University for evaluating this very strong teams of students. Lastly, to everyone participating in this conference, I'd like to extend my warm welcome. As we all know, nowadays universities wield crucial influence in fostering a sustainable society. And numerous institutions worldwide are actively promoting the sustainable campus movement. Especially the young generations are doing their every effort to make this world more sustainable, because that's their future. And Seoul National University initiated the Declaration for Sustainable Seoul National University in 2008, emphasizing integration of the environment, economy, and society. Since then, SNU remains committed to achieve a sustainable campus, yet there is a continued need for innovative and diverse strategies to stimulate the development and operation of such a campus. Against this backdrop, it is invaluable to offer the young generation with a communication platform for exchanging their ideas, perspectives, and solutions for a sustainable campus. Thus, my gratitude has to extend to the students and attendees participating in the online and offline conference via the YouTube channel and Metaverse platform. Last but not least, I have to mention 4 student teams honored at this conference. Through their contributions, we have been able to share a diverse approaches and ideas for creating a sustainable campus. There's a growing need for more opportunities for young people to showcase their diverse and innovative ideas and perspectives. I do believe that this conference will serve as a catalyst for active discussions on sustainability led by the young generation. SNU is committed to supporting youth engagement, and I hope for further collaboration between SNU and the German Embassy to advance global sustainability efforts. Thank you very much.
I thank President for your warm remark. And I'd like to invite Dean of Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology, Do-man Kim. Please give him a big applause.
Good afternoon to our esteemed President Yoo Hong-nim and our colleagues and guests from the German Embassy and our dedicated student. As the Dean of the Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology at Seoul National University, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 3rd Student Conference on Sustainability. In partnership with the German Embassy, we stand united for a sustainable tomorrow. I extend my deepest gratitude to the organizing committee, German Ambassador Georg Schmidt, Professor Mi-sun Park, at Seoul National University, and Dr. Ho-Kyung Lee from the German Academic Exchange Service for their unwavering dedication. A heartfelt thanks to all committee and jury members as well. Seoul National University is not just about the study and new ideas, but it's about making the world better. As President Yoo Hong-nim just indicated that we started our green journey in 2008 and haven't stopped since. At our Pyeongchang campus, the Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology lead our eco-friendly efforts. Our graduate school is committed to making sustainability a part of learning, research, and daily life across all 4 campuses. This conference celebrates your initiative, dear student. You are not just inheritors of tradition, but pioneers shaping a sustainable tomorrow. Your noble ideas and enthusiasms are the lifeblood of our mission, and we are eager to amplify your voices. To every SNU student who contributed to the competition, thank you. For those unable to present in person, our metaverse space awaits your invaluable perspectives. This hybrid conference magnifies your voices, heralding you as a future leaders in sustainability. The synergy between our university and the German embassy promise rich experience and learning. I'm excited for the innovative ideas and meaningful discussion to come. Together, let's forge a path toward a sustainable legacy. Thank you, and let's make this conference fun and full of learning.
I thank Dean for your address. Then I'd like to invite Dr. Ho-Kyung Lee, the Director, Information Center, Seoul of German Academic Exchange Service.
Good afternoon, distinguished members of the faculty, esteemed students, and our valued guests from the German Embassy. I find myself honored as I stand before you tasked with addressing in the third Sustainability 2023 conference. I am Ho-Kyung Lee, and I have the privilege of presenting the German Academic Exchange Service, DAAD Korea, which is the world's largest funding organization for the international exchange of students and researchers. Today is already my second time participating in this event, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank Professor Park Mi-san of Seoul National University for inviting me again. The term sustainability is the most profound concept of our era. I would like to quote the discerning words of environmentalist Lester Brown. Yeah? As you know, we did not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrowed it from our children. It represents our shared commitment to ensuring that our actions today provide a favorable foundation for future generations. Like our brilliant students of Seoul National University here today, who will be our future. Today, we have gathered to discuss sustainable campus in particular, which is a concept that resonates deeply within both academics and the wider community. Today's topic, a sustainable campus, should be a testament to what can be achieved within the campus when innovation blends seamlessly with nature. Every day, global sustainability challenges are increasing, including climate change and declining natural resources. This is the moment where higher education institutions must play an active role in addressing our challenges. Our conference goal goes beyond simply collecting individual opinions. This meeting aims to create a sustainable green campus, spread an eco-friendly university culture, encourage universities to become the foundation for national growth, and solve the problems of greenhouse gas emission from universities in Korea and around the world. Dear students of Seoul National University, our exchange, our active decisions, and our practices bear a historical responsibility with influences that reaches beyond. Seoul National University is an expression of a shared vision that conceptualizes the future of university campuses at the intersection of excellence in education and in environmental responsibility, and emphasize the need for a sustainable approach. The characteristics of a sustainable campus are not limited to recycling programs or energy-saving measures. It represents a holistic ethos that balances ecological thinking, social responsibility, and economic viability. Essential to this trajectory of transformation is the presence of all of you. Students who embody the next era are not only future leaders, but also current agents of change. Your passion, curiosity, and proactive actions will play an important role in creating a sustainable campus that will define our future. So before I end, I would like to emphasize the words of Brown with another words, that we did not inherit the campus from our seniors, but we borrowed them from our juniors. We hope this conference demonstrates the unwavering commitment to not only preserving our heritage, but also to leaving a better campus for generations to come. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Ri, for your warm remarks. Before we begin the presentation, we will have a 2-minute break for handling the venue. Just a 2-minute break. So Now we start the student competition. Before we begin, I have a few housekeeping notes. Everybody is here, okay? Each team in the session, they will have maximum 10-minute presentation. And please keep presentation time. We are a little behind the schedule. But after all presentation, there will be time for question and answer and discussion. We have 4 selected teams. As you know, everybody will be a winner. Then please remember it. Yes. Then now we can start the first presentation. The Jungwon Kwak, Wonhyup Shin, Taejun Lee from Graduate School of Environmental Studies with the title Making a Sustainable Campus with Plant-Based Leather Varsity Jackets. Please welcome.
Hi everyone, we are Team Wear Plant, and I'm the presenter Jungwon Kwak. We are going to present about making a sustainable campus with plant-based leather varsity jackets. Seoul National University is considered one of the best universities in Korea, but in terms of a sustainable campus, it is quite the opposite. SNU realized this problem and trying to solve this recently, but all of their efforts to reduce energy consumption and make the campus sustainable are led by the headquarters. There is very little that students, the true owners of the campus, can participate. Therefore, we thought about areas where students can participate and lead to create a sustainable campus, and we focused on the varsity jacket culture, which is both feasible and continuous. The varsity jacket culture is a typical fashion trend among college students that is consumed every year. Many students impulsively purchase varsity jackets during their freshman year, but just a year or 2 later, these jackets are often left forgotten in the back of their closets. Despite this, a large number of jackets are produced annually, and the petroleum-based synthetic material carries numerous adverse environmental impacts, including the emission of excessive carbon and microplastics throughout the entire life cycle. These are main adverse environmental impacts of varsity jacket culture. Overall, artificial leather used in varsity jacket emits a substantial amount of carbon, about 54.6 kilograms CO2, throughout its entire life cycle. To solve this problem, we wanted to change the culture of students to create a sustainable campus by replacing artificial leather used for varsity jackets with plant-based leather made from sustainable materials such as cactus leaves, tangerine peels, and apple peels. So first, we met with the CEO of Green Continue and figured out the benefits of their plant-based leather in the perspective of a biomass value and a biodegradation value. Leather from Green Continue boasts a biomass value of over 72% and demonstrates up to 76 biodegradation. Also, we found more numerical values to show the benefits of plant-based leather compared to artificial leather and animal leather. So plant-based leather from Wicked Lover reduces carbon emissions by 71% during production and by 69% during incineration in comparison to artificial leather. Additionally, it consumes 63% less energy and 99% less water compared to artificial leather. Our action plan is to link the plant-based leather factory with the varsity jackets shop and promote a culture of spreading carbon neutrality. We can make the connection for the factory and the shop by getting an ESG funding and the support from the university headquarters. By increasing the number of varsity jackets that are made from plant-based leather, we can spread carbon neutrality and sustainable campus. We conducted a survey of suppliers used by departments and SNU. The results showed that a total of 62 classes were surveyed, and we found that Unilux sells the highest number of varsity jackets. We contacted all top 3 companies, which are Unilux, Snoop, and Tijuri, and got a reply from all 3 companies. They were very positive about making a varsity jacket out of plant-based leather. Among these companies, we have established a connection between Unilux, which was the first top 1 company in making varsity jacket, and Green Continue, who makes the plant-based leather. And we have also received actual plant-based leather materials and conducted a condition check. What you're currently seeing, I brought today, and this is the plant-based leather made with tangerine peels and apple peels and cactus. Yeah. And if you touch this leather, it felt really similar to the traditional leathers. So if you want it, you can touch it. And I thought we could bring the real sample of varsity jacket made with that leather, but the process has been delayed and we couldn't make. It is making in the factory now. Yeah. Okay, and sorry for the Korean, but these are the real responses that we got from the top 3 varsity jackets companies. They told us that 3 factors should be addressed, which is durability, dyeing and washing, and price. And after meeting the CEO of Green Continue and getting the real leather sample, our confidence in addressing the 3 factors grew. We think all these risks can be solved. Finally, we calculated the expected reduction amount of carbon emission by using the numerical data from Wicked Rubber showed in the presentation before. We believe we can reduce the carbon emission up to 0.86 kilogram from 1.2 kilogram by using artificial leather to 0.34 kilogram by using plant-based leather, which means the reduction of carbon emission by 71%. We can also reduce the carbon emission not only from the production stage, but also from the disposal stage, thereby accounting for 1.87 kilogram carbon dioxide equivalent per individual. If we apply this idea into the 90% of the freshmen in SNU, we could reduce 5.77 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent, which is equivalent to 1.23 hectare of birch tree forest in terms of carbon absorption. Furthermore, we could create a more sustainable campus by reducing not only carbon emissions, but also by reducing water use, energy consumption, and other environmental impacts. If students wear clothes made from sustainable materials, both on and off campus, we believe that we can make a significant positive impact and promote sustainable change on campus and beyond. Here's some information about our team members and where the team were planned. These are the appendices that we've prepared for the further information. And that's it. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. It's like a company investment proposal. Okay, then the next presenter, the Hyunbin Moon from Department of Geography Education, Nawon Kang, Department of Education, the human-centered choice sustainability. Please come in.
Hi, we are Team Snow Carbon Busheta, who are interested in reducing carbon emissions. We are so happy to share our story with you guys. Before I start my story, I want to raise one question. What is sustainability? I've searched for definitions and most of them were focused on nature and ecology. But do you think it's the right way to define sustainability? Think about the actions that we say we do for the environment, like plugging and riding bikes. Is it truly for the environment? No, it's primarily driven by the goal for ensuring better and longer life for humans. So let's change the perspective of sustainability to human-centered way and then look at our campus. In 2008, Seoul National University pledged to reduce carbon emission by half in order to make sustainable campus. But in 2023 alone, it has already exceeded 4,700 tons from carbon emission that SNU bought. To make SNU sustainable, the campus should start keeping promise. However, as one of the top institutions in Korea, there are a large amount of greenhouse gases inevitably produced. So our team focused on the leaks of carbon emissions. Look at this overflowing email inbox. Do not be surprised because it's natural in SNU. Why is this happening? Is it because SNU students are super lazy? Sending one email emits 4 grams of carbon, and emails with images and files emits 25 grams. And each type of emails takes the following portion. If we multiply the average monthly received mail, which is 322, and the percentage, we can get carbon emission by emails. So we get 60 kilogram year carbon emitted by one student and about 960,000 kilogram year of carbon emitted by the whole campus. The yearly emission by SNU is equivalent to the carbon that 65,400 pine trees can observe. It's too early to be shocked. SNU students are getting notification from KakaoTalk and MySNU too. They get 322 emails via Gmail, 101 chats with 4 images each via KakaoTalk, and then 211 announcements via MySNU every month. The type of the notice that they get can be distributed into 2 groups, text only and images and file embedded. Let's look at the text only first. Gmail emits 4 grams of carbon and Kakao emits 0.2 gram carbon and MySNU emits 0.32 gram carbon per announcement. And the portion of each is shown below. Now let's look at the images and files embedded announcements. Gmail emits 25 gram carbon, KakaoTalk and MySNU emits 0.5 gram carbon per announcement. And the portion of each is shown below. By doing some calculation, we get the annual carbon emission by each channel. And the result is one SNU student emits 60 kilogram year carbon by Gmail notices, 2.8 kilogram year carbon by KakaoTalk notices, and 1 kilogram year carbon by MySNU notices. Summing it up, we get 63.8 kilogram year carbon. And this means SNU student is just emitting 63.8 kilogram carbon only by receiving notification. We believe our notification system needs to be changed, and we have 3 suggestions for it. Firstly, we suggest integrating notification to MySNU. As MySNU is a website used by all SNU members, we think it could be the best notice board for all. If we integrate the system to MySNU, we can reduce carbon emission from Gmail and KakaoTalk notices. And that is 62.8 kilogram year per person. Already huge, isn't it? Secondly, we suggest MySNU website to become low-impact web. Look at this website. Don't you think it's strange? Unlike the website that we can easily browse on internet, this website has simple design with less color use. This kind of website is called low impact web, which has a purpose to reduce unnecessary carbon emissions. There are 10 principles for low impact web, and we experimentally applied rule number 1: do not load any images before they're actively requested by the user. We applied rule number 1 because this rule can lead to the greatest reduction in carbon emission. By that, we can reduce the carbon emitted by images and file embedded notices from MySNU, which leads an additional reduction of 0.614 kilogram year per person. Lastly, we suggest using keyword-driven algorithm. This image is a capture of MySNU announcement page. The red box is an announcement board for students. The notices in MySNU are classified into 4 categories: student notices, emergency notices, work notices, and key notices related to COVID-19. But this is really inconvenient system for students to see notices that they want. As all the notice delivered to SNU members doesn't match their interest, there are needless carbon emitted by ignored notices. In order to cap the leaks, we suggest keyword-driven algorithm. It is in 3 steps. First step is scrapping. Scrap all the notice from Gmail, KakaoTalk, and MySNU and make a database of announcement. Next step is classifying. Our team had looked at all the notification from different channels and classified it into 6 groups: promotion, announcements, scholarship, job opportunities, magazines, and others. So we suggest classifying the notice in the database into 6 categories that we have found out. Final step is recommendation. We have recommended by operating keyword-driven algorithm, we can recommend notices according to each person's interest. By that, we can reduce carbon emission by unnecessary scrolling and clicking. By applying these 3 steps, we can reduce 63.1414 kilogram year of carbon, which is same as the emission of round-trip car drive from SNU to Busan. Scaling up to the whole campus, we can reduce 1,014,624 kilogram year of carbon, which is equivalent to the 334 flights from Korea to USA. Compared to 4,000 ton, 1,014,624 kilogram might sound small. But applying one reduction system will certainly lead to further movement. And this will eventually make a butterfly effect of sustainable campus. Our team hopes SNU to find more ways to cap the leaks of emission. And by that, we hope SNU to become the leader of sustainable campus and start a new green campus history around the world. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for the team, the SNU Carbon Beschützer, for the presentation. The next presenter, Youngju Lee, Department of German Language Education, the Jungjae Lee, Department of Mechanical Engineering, the Changkwon Kim, Department of Forest Science, the Seolmyeong Lim, the Department of Forest Science. This team is the Eco-Dome Buddies, the sustainable dormitory with the local community and students' self-governance. Please welcome the team.
Hello everyone, this is Team Echo Dorm Buddies, and it's a great honor to have you all here, and we welcome you with all our hearts. Und ich heiße auch auf Deutsch herzlich willkommen. Our thema is Initiatives for Sustainable Dormitory with Local Community and Student Self-Governance. Our proposal is as follows. We are proposing 2 innovative initiatives today, food sharing event and move out reuse station. These are why we chose dormitory as our subject. First, to reduce greenhouse gases. Second, to improve student life. And regarding the special specificities of dormitories, our proposals would bring positive effects. The specificities of dormitories are that students live in a group that are economically underdeveloped, and the dormitories are located far away from the commercial district. The size of our proposal would be based on the numbers of the residents, 5,772. Our two initiatives align with Sustainable Development Goals, 11 Sustainable Cities and Communities, and 12 Responsible Consumption and Production. This project is rooted in two core principles: connectivity to local community and student self-governance. Unfortunately, we proposed our proposal to the Dormitory Student Council, but we got a negative response. But fortunately, the Environment Student Clubs gave us a positive response. And now we are planning to expand our proposal to organize a supporters program, which is an extracurricular program with collaboration with SNU. So we will explain the food sharing event first. We found problems with the meals for dormitory residents that since this year, the cafeteria in building 919 has not opened on Saturdays. Also, the dormitories are located very far away from the commercial district, which makes students rely on on-campus shops or student cafeterias. This means dormitory residents need cheap meal options nearby. We conducted a survey targeting the dormitory residents living in SNU dormitories. On average, 465 portions were sold on every Saturday before the cafeteria was closed. And according to our survey, 38% of the respondents indicated that they're undergoing the inconvenience because of the closed cafeteria. And when it comes to the residents living in old dormitories, the number rises to 45%. Also, there is one more problem. Due to the long distance from the nearby commercial district, most of the students rely on the delivery service or convenience stores. And 17 students, around 20% of our responded that they are skipping their meals. So, to solve this problem, we are proposing a food sharing event. Dormitory residents receive free food items from nearby stores that would otherwise be discarded. This is inspired by the similar initiative in Hamburg, Germany. In Hamburg, the Studierendenwerk, the official student council, organizes this food sharing event. So we refer two successful examples, Marietta Rote Haus and Gustav Radburg Studierendenhaus. At the first example, it collaborates with leading German major supermarkets, Rewe and Edeka. This is the procedure of our project. First, a manager gets surplus food from stores by public bus on every Saturday. Then the food is displayed at the closed cafeteria place and then distributed to students during the lunchtime. To incentivize the participating stores, we purchase coupons from the stores and randomly distribute them to students who are participating in this event. The coupons are valid for several months, and it'll be in an online image format like this. This is a similar example that we used as a reference. To implement the project, we contacted the local stores, and we got positive responses from 3 stores. According to our survey, 82% expressed the willingness to participate in this event. If the coupons are given, the number rises to 90%. To sum up, our investigation found both supply and demand sufficient enough for our initiatives. There are 3 anticipated problems. First, how can we handle leftover food? Referring to a German case, there is usually no leftover food. If there is, it is discarded as the same way as other food waste. Second, what if food poisoning happens? Referring to a German case, individuals take responsibilities, relying on voluntariness. Thirdly, variable amount is not an issue, and it will definitely vary due to stores' these situations. Through this project, students' meal choices will diversify, and the mentioned issues will be solved as well. Also, both stores and students can get economical benefits. Lastly, the university can reduce greenhouse gases by decreasing the demand for food delivery. Now, let's turn our attention to the move-out reuse station. So, according to our survey, 75% indicated that they barely buy second-hand goods, while 81% indicated they barely sell second-hand goods. The most common reasons are the difficulty making schedules for transactions and the perceived too much effort. The establishment of move-out reuse station can address these problems. Interestingly, when questioned about willingness to participate in this event, 85% responded positively. So, when questioned about what kind of items they want to trade at the reuse station, the respondents expressed the strong willingness of daily necessities and books. Based on this result, we're gonna focus on these two categories. The Move Out Reuse Station is a second-hand marketplace that operates for approximately 1 month during the beginning of the semester when students move in or out of dormitories. We investigated 4 cases in total. First, Move Out Reuse Station for donation of Harvard University, and second is Move Out Donation Drive of UC Davis. At both of the cases, unwanted items are collected and distributed to students. And we also checked 2 cases at SNU. The first is used book marketplace, and the second one is used goods business, but at both cases, the participation was low. This is the procedure of our project. It will be held twice a year, from the end of February to early March, and from the end of August to early September. Former residents offer their belongings that they are no longer in use, but still useful, to the student club. And the student club sorts out and manages the goods to sell. New residents buy these goods in cheaper price than new items. Remaining items from the sale and non-reusable items would be donated to the local community partners. Former residents whose items are sold get proper rewards from the student club. So, what kind of items can be traded in this event? The collected items would be roughly divided into used items and non-used items. Clothes and books are the examples of used items, and accessories like detergent and shampoos and unopened food items or non-perishable food items are examples of non-used items. For non-used items, the expiration date should be at least 3 months far away. Also, there are some products like blankets and towels which are widely used but difficult to resell. They are only collected for donation, and they will be donated to abandoned dog shelters. Through this event, we expect 4 positive effects. First, many participants will participate in this event, and buyers and sellers can get economical benefits from this event. Also, exchange students who have difficulties adjusting to an unfamiliar country can also join second trading easily and equip themselves with necessaries. Lastly, the university can decrease waste generated by residents when moving out. In overall, the 2 proposed programs bring 3 overall benefits. First, it helps to cultivate the eco-conscious culture within the dormitory community by promoting sustainable living and resource-conscious decision-making. Second, it helps make eco-friendly dormitory by reducing waste. Finally, local community, including students, university, and stores, can benefit from these programs. Thank you for having your time und vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit.
I thank you, team, the Ecodome Buddies, for your presentation. Now we have a final presentation by Lee Chuan Liu Ryan with the title Intercampus Sustainability Coalition.
Everyone, I'm Ryan Lee, an exchange student from the University of Warwick, currently studying philosophy at SNU. And I'm here to show you my idea for kickstarting sustainability across university campuses, called the Inter-Campus Sustainability Coalition. Now, the ideas presented by all the other competitors today were extremely innovative, and I really liked all of them. They have the potential to make our campus more sustainable and change our very way of lives as university students. However, the sad reality is that even when I think all of these projects, personally, I think they're really, really brilliant. I desperately want all these projects to become real-life innovations. I particularly want to buy that varsity jacket. But they all fall victim to what I call the 98% problem. So what is this 98% problem? Well, it's actually quite a pessimistic statistic. But the 98% means the percentage of sustainability innovations that eventually fail. So in all likelihood, any sustainability innovation is destined to fail, no matter how brilliant it is. And this is exactly the problem in the case study that I'll be bringing you through. So in Ulsan National Institute of Science and Technology, this Professor Cho Jae-won, thought of a brilliant idea. We all produce human waste every single day. So why not collect that human waste in the toilets around university and convert that waste into a source of energy? That was where his idea, BV, was born. Professor Cho even designed a system that will reward users with a cryptocurrency called Gul, which is earned through using the toilet and can be used to buy products around campus. Now, this idea sounds brilliant, right? Not only does it produce clean energy, it also incentivizes users in a way that will cut living costs down a little. But now, why do we not see BV on other campuses or even implemented at a national level across Korea? Well, unfortunately, this is because BV was forced to shut down. And it's one of the many revolutionary ideas that could change the world, but they fall victim to the 98% problem. When we look at BV's case a little closer, we see that there are three key reasons why BV was unable to be commercialized. Firstly, its funding ran out too early and they were unable to raise the capital to expand. Secondly, it was pilot tested only within Ulsan and was not provided with additional locations to scale the innovation and test its viability on a larger population. Lastly, BV was too small of a team and needed the right professionals, whether it was entrepreneurs, venture capital, or a larger team of researchers to scale the research and development and to push to market and to push the BV product to market. Now, there's much to learn from BV that can be applied to all other sustainability innovations. These are problems that need to be solved in order to take sustainability innovations forward into the future. Firstly, a lack of funding is always a problem because there's never enough money to go around. We need to ensure that resources, whether it is human resources or funding, is pooled together and used to support the very, very best ideas like BV. Secondly, university-produced sustainability innovations often die after the pilot testing at one site. There needs to be more pilot testing happening across multiple sites, which will serve to demonstrate the viability of an innovation. Lastly, mind sharing doesn't happen often enough. There are many smart people across the universities all over South Korea, especially at SNU, but it's unfortunate that they don't come together to work on innovations, to share ideas and offer their perspectives to create an overall improved product. It seems like the only way to address these issues is a systems level change, which is why my innovation aims at creating a structural level change by establishing a cross-institutional platform for sustainability collaboration called the Inter-Campus Sustainability Coalition that is formed of students, faculty members, researchers, and university administrators from many universities in Korea. Now, the ICSC will support collaboration with shared funding to support each other's ideas. It would have universities volunteer to test these interesting ideas that are created so that there can be more data collected to see if these ideas will work on a larger, maybe even a commercial scale. And it will encourage regular mind sharing through having regular sessions where participants engage on critical sustainability issues. Now, at an intra-university level, universities will select a couple of talented individuals to be part of the ICSC. So this can be your administrators, your students or faculty. They have interest to make changes. And within the university, ICSC members will work together to create new products, discuss research to be presented when the ICSC meets, or even propose new ideas to make their own universities better. At the inter-university level, meanwhile, The ICSC will host events that will encourage multi-institutional collaboration to address sustainability issues. These could be events like regular sessions, where ICSC members provide an update about what their universities are up to, like discussing interesting innovations in technology, structures, or frameworks, so all the members can learn from each other. There can also be an annual innovation festival, which will involve members developing their innovation ideas, pitching them at a national or even a global stage to all these potential investors and venture capitalists, aiming to draw funding for their project team. Now, this idea does sound idealistic, but there are forms of the ICSC that already exist in other countries, including in my home country of Singapore, which is this inter-university environmental coalition that already exists. So in Singapore, the IUEC, as it's called, looks mainly towards cooperation between Singaporean universities on environmental issues and is really entirely student-led. So far, they've organized a large-scale conference that has gotten the public to think more about environmental issues, but they haven't gotten as far as what my ICSC is proposing, which is involving researchers as well as big businesses. So while Singapore's IUEC does demonstrate that inter-university cooperation is beneficial, there needs to be some organization or structure to coordinate the efforts of all these people who care very, very much about sustainability in order to ensure that they produce the most impact possible. To sum up the effects of the ICSC, I would like you all to just imagine all the different sustainability innovations as these little saplings that have all just sprouted. Some may grow fast, some may grow slow, but all of them are vulnerable at this stage of their life, as they do not have the necessary resources to grow into a big, strong tree. Looking at the 98% problem, we see that most of these ideas are likely to die before they ever grow up to become a tree. But if we take the ICSC, it's like we're providing a greenhouse for these plants. We provide an optimal environment with water, sunlight, and fertilizer to make sure all these plants grow healthy and strong. Once they have received enough support and are determined to be capable of surviving by themselves, these plants are released into the wild as strong and independent trees that are able to take care of themselves. With the ICSC, it is much more likely that sustainability innovations will survive and be able to make our university campuses and potentially society as a whole even more sustainable. So now the ICSC hopes to change this 98% problem and bring it down and down and down and down as far as it can go, maybe even lower than 60%. So please support the ICSC and it will bring the 98% statistic down as far as it can go and help support all the brilliant sustainability innovations, especially the ones presented by my colleagues over here. Thank you so much.
I thank all four teams for your excellent presentation. Now we will have a Q&A discussion time. I will give a chance to the floor, and if you have any question, then please raise your hand. And the representative of the teams can respond to the question. Okay. Okay. Any evaluator or anybody can ask something. They are ready for answering. Yes, please.
Hi, I have actually quite a few questions for everybody, but I will start with the last person because we all have fresh memories of that. So I think it's important to show that it's not the idea it matters, it's how to grow into the actual real project. But I'm also questioning that we already have quite a few programs like that. We have a startup assisting programs, even in SNU. So we even have a SNU Entrepreneurship Center, which we are very actively rolling. And it seems to me that's very close to inter-campus sustainability coalition that you just proposed. So can you just tell me what's the differences and what are the maybe maybe differences, or maybe what your ICSC can do that SNU Entrepreneurship Center cannot do. Thank you.
Test? Oh, okay. Thank you so much for the question. So I've also received many emails about the SNU kind of entrepreneurship, that kind of initiative. The thing that I think is flawed with their approach is it's a really good initiative, and the only issue that I find flawed with it is that it's only really limited to SNU students. So, and each university, from what I've seen, they've all run their own kind of in-silo program within their own university. So yes, there's these programs that exist specifically for that university, but in between universities, there is quite a lack of collaboration. So your researchers and students, often they face a lot of resource issues because they're only looking within SNU, within Korea Uni, within all these unis, but they should be looking ideally at how we can work together as all the smart people and all the universities across Korea. And that's kind of what the ICSC specifically looks at. It's looking at inter-university connections as opposed to just within one uni, because there's so much talent out there. And if we limit just our approach to looking at one uni, we risk losing out on all this talent and a lot of ideas dying out because we didn't look hard enough and we didn't think wide enough. Thank you so much.
The EcoDome bodies. You mentioned there's the dormitory council's disagreement with your plan. How do you solve that issues? I think that's very important part of your sustaining project. Thank you.
Yeah, because as we mentioned at the presentation, all the procedures are already fixed. So it doesn't really matter which organizations take in the charge of it. And because the dormitory student council refused, we asked other environment student clubs that exist in SNU, like CR, which is the Chungang Central Environment Student Club in SNU. And because the environment student club said okay, so I think they will be in charge of this event and they will keep sustain this program.
I'm here from International Interdisciplinary Program on Global Management, Environmental Management. I'm really happy to you all, the nice presentation today. Really impressive. I have a question to the first team, the name of a ware plant. I like the idea basically. So I'm wondering if you just comments a kind of question. So I'm wondering if you consider a kind of a supply of raw materials, because you guys think about using the cactus and the tangerines. Might be tangerine will be okay because in Jeju Island we made a lot of tangerines. But in terms of the cactus, I don't think that is not sustainable material in our country, especially. So in terms of that points, kind of the forest, it can be a very good alternative resources for making substitutions from the fossil-based materials to the plant-based or renewable resources. So I'd like to hear that kind of your opinion in terms of that perspective. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Actually, I don't really know much about that technology because we didn't invent that technology. The startups made that. And by researching it, many companies or many startups that are making plant-based leather were using cactus, and I don't know really the real exact reason for that, but many companies were using it, and it could be carbon storage also, because cactus can absorb carbon dioxide also. So I mentioned two companies, and Wicked Lover was making that with only cactus, but like Korean Continue, it was Korean startup, and they were adding other sources like tangerine peels and apple peels. So I think it is improving.
Thank you. I have 3 questions which are sort of a link to your projects, but which go beyond that. So forgive me for being very curious, because I'm a newcomer to Korea, and we did lots of similar activities in Thailand, where I was ambassador for 5 years, and we tried to sort of engage with groups that sort of did things to change things, and then very often we encountered cultural problems. So the first question would be a cultural one. Is it how difficult or how easy is it for used goods, like the whole second-hand culture? Because in many countries, we find that people just don't want to share something else. Somebody else has used it, it's dirty or it's cheap or something. Do you have a lot of cultural stereotypes to overcome? That's question number 1. Question number 2, about like, if I want to get more of an information of green or sustainable product networks, these databases exist in many countries. Maybe it's a very easy one for you because you've done the research, but for me, like if I want to know more, for instance, like the plant-based leather jacket and others, is there a good database that you could recommend us, because we can also then see what kind of products do we source and not. And the third one with the email, I thought it was very interesting, and I was trying to think of like, okay, you have if you know every time you write an email you're emitting this much emissions, but then it's difficult because once you've written it, you already emitted the emails. So I wonder whether you can experiment with something like you give yourself a monthly target and then say, okay, by writing less, now I managed, or just to do something to encourage a personal change. Because I think it made me think, like very often, yes, we write a lot of things which are they really necessary? So I felt like it was very practical and very hands-on. So thank you.
I think is first we have to answer it first, and I think the questions number 2 and 3 was related to us, and question 2 was about the database. But like we have searched in the internet about the carbon footprint, and we have calculated due to that. So like maybe there's a really big database about like how much carbon footprint is produced for like each institution, but we haven't found that. So we use the statistics in the internet. So like if you are more interested in, I think you can search for carbon footprints and do some calculations. And for the emails, like actually we were firstly proposed to make like kind of an application, like for really does the low impact web works and really the keyword algorithm works. But like as this, we don't have that enough time because we have started our discussion from September. So actually we want to have that like monthly goal, but our best goal is to like make an app that we both made and like tell to the president of Seoul National University, how about taking this app and changing our notification system. So maybe our goal is to like make an experimental app and use it.
Yeah, and I believe the first question was for our team. So like 2 decades ago, like in Korea, there was not such second-hand market culture. But now, recently, a new application called 당근 market, a carrot market, emerged, and almost a lot of people are using those apps. So I'm sure almost all of the people here also use that app. So here in Korea, the second-hand market is now quite open, and people are quite open to the second-hand market. And we conducted a survey to targeting the SNU dormitory residents, and a huge percentage of the respondents indicated that they want such second-hand markets, but they are not using it right now because there is no easily approachable second-hand market within the dormitory. So that's why we suggested that program.
Let me just add on to that, and I guess also discussed the part about the kind of list of sustainability projects. So my friends actually, he was at a conference. It was supposed to be formal wear. He forgot to bring any formal wear. And on that same day, so his presentation was at 9. He made a request on Carrot Market. He got it within 1 hour, like literally a full blazer within an hour. So yeah, it works, it works. And I guess on a more serious note, for the list of kind of sustainability projects, that's actually a kind of a persistent problem that happens across all kind of social impact projects, not just sustainability, whether it's human rights, education projects. There is no big list of things that people do. And this is actually really, really problematic. And I guess my solution kind of could provide this list, at least at the university level. It's really problematic because I think a lot of youth like to start new projects. They're really ambitious, they try it for a year, and they do a lot for it, and then they burn out because they don't have the resources, they don't have enough friends, they don't know how to run a company, and then they give up the project, and then someone maybe 5 years down the line is like, hey, this is a good idea, and it's exactly the same thing, and they run into the exact same problems as that first person, and they could have used maybe some guidance, or they could have used that list, and they could have seen what problems were done. So it actually is a huge, huge problem in the non-profit sector, and my hope is that my little project will help to solve it a little bit. But it's a bit hard to compile this huge list, and it requires a lot of people to keep it running, so it is a big problem. Thanks so much.
And do you? No? Okay. Okay then. Thank you for the question and answer. Then now I'd like to close the first session. Thank you for all speakers. Now we will take a 10-minute break that we will see at here 5:40. Then after the break, we will have the award ceremony. Then thank you. Then enjoy the tea time that we will see again. Okay, we will start the award ceremony now. Before giving award, I'd like to invite Professor Ho Kim for the evaluation remark. He is the evaluation chair of this conference.
So I really enjoyed all the talks, and I think you are better than old generation, I think. So we learned a lot, I think. And all 4 teams are already winner out of 13 competitors. So we will award all of you, and 3 award for the excellence and 1 for the best. Okay, so she will make an announcement for each team.
Okay, then now we will give the award certificate to all 4 teams. But as I mentioned, it's clear the 4 teams are competition winner. You know. Okay, then if your name is called don't be disappeared, and you can be a winner today. I thank you for your efforts and contribution to this conference. Then recalculate the final evaluation score by jury member in the on-site conference. I will call the teams one by one. I will call 4 teams, and the last team that will gain the best award. Okay. Okay. Then the winner. So for excellent team, the team names were planned. Yes, please come up further. Professor Ho Kim will give the certificate. I'd like to read the certificate. The Student Conference for Sustainability 2023, hosted by German Embassy and Seoul National University. The Award of Excellency to were planned. Then, 2023, November 21st, then Georg Schmidt, the German ambassador, and Dongman Kim, the Dean, Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology. Okay. Thank you for the coming. Okay, then I will call another giving. Okay, the second team. Okay, the second team, the Seoul National University, the carbon basher. The content is the same. Sorry. Okay. But for the next team, then maybe the Dean of Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology can give the award, the certificate. Okay. Okay. The Dean of Graduate School of International Agricultural Technology, the team of the title, the Intercampus Sustainable Coalition. Thank you for the winner. Thank you. As the content is same, but Lee Shan Yu Ryan. Okay. Then, as you can imagine, as you can guess, the final team, the best excellence team, the German ambassador Georg Schmidt will give the certificate to the best team. The winners, the best winners, the sustainable dormitory with the local community and students' self-governance, the Eco-Dome Buddies. The Youngju Lee, then Jungjae Lee, Changkwon Kim, the Soomyoung Im. The congratulations. As we informed, that we gave the team the certificate and also the prize, the best team, the 200,000 Korean won, and the best team, then the excellent team is 200,000 Korean won. Congratulations. So thank you for your participation and your efforts and all the speakers, the presenter. So I'm very happy to organize this conference. I expect we can continue the next conference 2024. We didn't decide the topic. Please join again and please communicate with your colleague again. We will continue the Student Conference Sustainability 2024, co-hosted by German Embassy and Seoul National University. Thank you everybody for your participation on the on-site conference and the YouTube and Metaverse. Thank you very much. Vielen Dank.